and welcome to Talk Time. My guest today is a police officer with a difference. Yes, I'm talking about Mr. Robin Hibu, Special Commissioner of the Delhi Police, who has created a niche for himself as someone who has been working relentlessly for the people of the Northeast who are in difficulty not just in the National Capital Region but even outside. Mr. Hibu hails from Arunachal Pradesh and has really had a distinguished career, including earning accolades for his role in the United Nations peacekeeping force in Bosnia and Kosovo. Mr. Robin Hibu, welcome to Talk Time.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Hibu, you have an illustrious career to boot. You have served in different positions. As I have said, you are with the peace missions in Bosnia and Kosovo. You have earned UN peace medals. Now, you are the Special Commissioner with Delhi Police of the rank of an Additional Director General. My question is, were you prepared for policing during a pandemic like this?
Yes, we had information that this is going to happen, but as a policeman, we are always ready for any kind of eventuality. And to my lucky star, I had an experience during as a SP in the Arunachal Pradesh also, where we had a flood, a massive flood situation in Pasighat in East Siang. I had experience there. That even in UN, in the war zone, I had a privilege to serve under the Kofi Annan. We had to do that emergency rescue, of course, not of this pandemic kind, but more or less in a disastrous kind of situation. So we are mentally prepared, and I have an experience on that line. So I was mentally prepared what could be the most probable fallout for this problem, especially for the people from the Northeast.
Right. Now, as a police officer, you are of the 1993 batch. As a police officer, you have been always working in close coordination with disaster management authorities. You are having special training as disaster management. But how different, Mr. Hibu, is dealing or working in a situation where there is a pandemic, where there is a virus, because you don't know what is your enemy, where is your enemy? There is no idea.
Yes, you are very, very true. We are working a very tough time. This is the first of its kind in our country or in the world that we all are struggling. But there is already a medical guideline that what are the preventive measures we must take care. At that point, keeping this thing in mind, we are preparing along with the Delhi Police and with the many NGOs and myself also mentally and physically. I have oriented myself, keeping safety first, then keeping the safety of my boys and Jawan and all those people who are on the field. That's how we prepared mentally, physically for this kind of situation to assist our people in cities.
Right. Now, you talked about NGOs. Let me talk about your own NGO, that is Helping Hands. This is everybody in the Northeast is aware of what is Helping Hands. And for those who do not know Trodi's program, let them also know what is Helping Hands, Mr. Hibu. You have been helping and assisting people in distress from the Northeastern region. You had a special role in Delhi Police where you were the nodal officer for people from the Northeast until recently. What are some of the difficulties faced by our people? Our people means people from the Northeast during this pandemic and the resultant lockdown.
First of all, since you have asked about Helping Hand, this is a virtual NGO founded in 2014 by a serving IAS, IPS, Supreme Court lawyer and successful entrepreneur based at Delhi. What we found here is that everybody was doing some of the Samaritan from the Northeast. They were trying to help, including me, for many years. Then we find why not have some common forum where we can chip in together, put our head together, mobilize the resources. And our whole aim of this Helping Hand is basically distress assistance of any stranded Northeast in Delhi and other part of the country, first. Second, we try to chip in the empowerment of the promising youth in the form of scholarship, in the form of, incentivizations, either in back home or in Delhi. And third point is that we make sure that there is a gap, in the cities that they come out from the home. The problem we face is very unique in our country. Number one, many of our people are not able to communicate properly in Hindi or
Right.
in the vernacular language wherever they are working or studying in all over the country. That makes one gap. Second is that many times, unfortunately, because of lack of awareness, we are somewhere or other, there has been reporting of racial discrimination, including in the present time, Corona and others. Of course, police and authority are taking very stringent action. Today also
Yeah.
one case in Goa, police has taken prompt action and they have taken action. And third point is that many of our people, especially the youth, they are coming out in a huge number in the cities and they have no idea working in the unorganized sector, what are the schemes and strategy to pour their ration distress for rations or for any other distress assistance. So that makes it more challenging for us. Then
Absolutely. Now, Mr. Hibu, you know, in the National Capital Region, that means in the Delhi area, what is the estimated number of people from the Northeast, and are majority of them students or majority of them workers?
In Delhi NCR, we are having around from 8 to 9 lakhs population. Maximum of them are working in the unorganized private sector, like a BPO or a mall or an industry or a small cottage industry in the peripheral of the Delhi. And we have a massive number of students, then those who are coming for a coaching, then those who are, many people who are small doing a business and petty business in the Delhi. That's what our Northeast Chamber of Commerce, this is another offshoot of the helping hand. We try to encourage them. So we have I can say almost 30 to 40% of the hospitality sectors are almost our Northeast boys and girls.
Northeast people.
So,
okay. Now, during the last 1 month of the lockdown, Mr. Hibu, what are some of the difficulties faced by our people from the Northeast? Your NGO must be getting a lot of calls, a lot of phone calls, a lot of people are approaching you. But what are some of the reasons why they are approaching you? Is it lack of food? Is it lack of cash? What is it?
we have started in collaboration with the Delhi Police, a control room by a NGO, a Helping Hand, and a Chamber of Commerce, 24/7. And this control room receive all kind of messages. Of course, maximums during this 1 month is specifically for a ration. Number one, the money has been finished. Number two, the tenant are having problem. The landlord are trying to evict them from the house. And third, some of the report of they being discriminated by some unaware persons in the different parts of the cities. Of course, police have taken very strong action. We have arrested them, and there is a very strong message by our higher command in the lower formation that nobody shall be tolerate this kind of what is called racial discrimination. Then we have a problem of even availing this ration distributions or a food distribution like in Delhi. For ration distribution, because it is locked down, you cannot go out. So our modus operandi is that we receive this SOS message for the rations from different parts of Delhi. We churn it out for 24/7 into 24 hours, and every morning by 9 a.m. we take out a list after cross verification from the different NGOs, community leaders, pastors, and other what is called Northeast organization in different parts of Delhi. Then we take out that list is given to the Delhi police. They have a very gracious enough, they're helping the Northeast people. We are having elaborate, sorting out a packaging center. We have 10 vehicles moving out all over the Delhi every day from 9 a.m., of course, keeping in view of all those distancing and precautionary measures for the safety. Then they are sent and their ration is being delivered. And let me tell you, while delivering a ration, we convey this message also, as our Prime Minister has said, you must keep distance, घर पे रहना, stay at home, and this is for our safety, for the country and for the society as a whole.
Absolutely. Now, you have listed out some of the problems like, ration is one problem, racial discrimination, people asking for rents, people asking people to go out of their homes. Now, apart from that, Mr. Hibu, were you surprised with any problem faced, something peculiar, which is extraordinary problem faced by anyone from the Northeast?
Yes, apart from what I have already told you now, we have many specific problems, like many of them are, a lonely, what is called a worker or a lady who has fallen sick, who need to be taken the medicines. And since they are not able to communicate properly in Hindi, so we rope in our Northeast Police Unit of Delhi Police and even help them to get medicines. And unfortunately, even many cases of death also during this, not because of COVID, but because of other reason. And the third point is that many of the youths are calling me, calling our help control room, including me, since our contact with our Northeast people in the NCR is a very, very good. We are more than 24 WhatsApp group. Our Facebook has more than 2 crore reach out. So the youths are a little bit, I would say a little bit on the verge of depression. So we are trying our level best to rope in some of the counselor. We have a counselor in helping and also from the AIMS. So we are trying the level best so that they are given a counseling, given a hope, and somehow or other just managing what is called to keep them in a normal position or normalcy in their day-to-day life.
Right. Now you see, the 8 state governments in the northeastern region are also trying they are trying to help out the people from their respective states. My question is, are you sometimes feel that, there has to be more coordination among the state governments, and do you think they are, with their limited staff, do you think they are being able to achieve the desired results?
I appreciate many of the state government has taken a lot of initiative, and let me tell you, first of all, Northeast Council has chipped in with our Helping Hand NGO for rations and other essential commodities. And like state of Nagaland, I'm told they are also going to give, they are also trying to reach out. And Manipur, I'm told they are already giving some cash amount of 2,000. Even Arunachal State CM has given.
Even Assam. Assam is also giving cash incentive.
Even from Assam has already started. That is a very good idea. But what I find, this is what I have observed during this pandemic time, is that, look, there need to be a more, I would say, collaborative under one umbrella. Because at the end of the day, what we are on the ground, and because of I would say connectivity problem, like in some state, many of the students, they've reported that they are not able to log in because the connectivity in the back home states is very poor. The number one. And number two, somewhere or other, I feel Baban can play a vital role, even if they are in the lockdown time. There are already, the policemen are distributing ration, and we have our NGO having a control room. I think this can I would say, improved our delivery of rations, reaching out to our needy people from the Northeast.
Right. Now, I will go for a very quick break, but before that, Mr. Robin Hibu, do you think, the bhavans, the state bhavans are there in only very limited places? Like there are the bhavans in Delhi, there are bhavans in Kolkata, Mumbai. But, most of the metropolitan other cities like in Bangalore, Pune, Mysore, Chennai, we don't have the bhavans. Now, my question is, do you recommend that the state governments in the Northeast should have at least a temporary liaison officers appointed in some of these cities so that they can see through this entire very critical times like this COVID-19 lockdown and the few days after that?
To me, I would say that instead of appointing at this 11 hour, today is a social media world. If you have a good connectivity, if you have a good dedicated officers, you can assign them. And you see, this experiment, I want to tell you that how we, my batchmate, all in the IAS and IPS officers, we all have chipped in the different states of our country, from all over the India, how we have chipped in, used the social media forum. Like what we are getting, a lot of SOS messages for the ration and other problem in our control room. So Helping Hand I have initiated, I have personally talked all the officers in this each state, and I requested them, and they have already chipped in, acting like an angel, acting like a facilitator. Suppose if there's a problem, I'm glad to give a live example. In Rewari in Haryana, there was a massive ration problem. So, I had to my batchmate from Haryana, Mr. Virk and other, they all promptly helped. Like that, we had help in Dehradun, we have help in Meerut, we have help in Chandigarh, we have help in the Chennai, we have help in Bangalore. So now at this hour, it may not be appropriate to rush through to appointment.
This network is coming in really, really handy.
This
network is coming absolutely. On that note, I'll go for a short break. Viewers, don't go away. I'll be right back in conversation with Mr. Robin Hibu, Special Commissioner of Delhi Police, who is emerging as a messiah for the people of the Northeast in distress, not just in Delhi, but across the country. Welcome back. I am in conversation with Mr. Robin Hibu, Special Commissioner of the Delhi Police, someone who is looking after the people from the Northeast, mostly through his NGO Helping Hands. Now, Mr. Robin Hibu, you know, another thing, you're saying that in Delhi area alone, the National Capital Region alone, 8 to 9 lakh people from the Northeast are there during the lockdown period. They have been working in that mostly in the unorganized sector. My question to you, after the lockdown ends, most of these people would like to return home. So are you anticipating some kind of a difficulty in that front?
Look, since now there is a medical question now, it will depend on many factors. Government is only, as you are aware, they are already looking into the matter. So it depends on what decision we take after the 3rd of May.
Right.
And whatever is the decision, we will, I'm sure we are prepared for to assist our stranded people from the Northeast, either for this way or that way. That much I can tell you confidently. And I have a plan A and plan B. If for plan A, this plan A, B, I think that it won't be good to reveal now. But if this has happened, we are ready for that also. That much I can tell you, and I can assure to our people who are watching here.
Yeah. Now, why I asked you this question is, Assam, for example, has said that, you know, the people from Assam will have to register, you know, so that they can be allocated batches. In batches, they will be allowed to come in, because if 2-3 lakh people come at the same time, they will have to be quarantined and so on. It will lead to be a lot of logistic issues. Now, is there a plan? Is the state governments from the Northeast in touch with you? Do you have a plan on your own?
Look, as police officers in Delhi, and along with us NGOs from the Northeast, we can only think of whatever is within our limitations. Whatever government policy they take, yes, we'll support them wholeheartedly, and we will make them to let it happen with our contact at the ground zero, and we will act like a bridge for our people for the smooth whatever is the decision after the 3rd of May. That much I can assure you.
Okay. Now, you know, for anybody to provide assistance, you need funds. Now, your NGO Helping Hand, lot of, you know, good Samaritans are coming forward to assist you. Assist you means, in turn, assisting the people of the Northeast or the Northeast as a whole. So, what would you like to tell about your people who are supporting you?
Look, number one, I always say this word, "Kaun kehta hai Delhi walon ko paas dil nahi hai." There are many good peoples in Delhi, and
Yes.
it's my privilege. I serve here for many years, and everybody, more or less good people, knows me. So that's what, somewhere or other, when this crisis arose, then all of them, they chip in with the rations, so and so forth, and that really gave a very good help. And I can tell you that all the viewers from the Northeast, look, there may be some aberration by here and there, discrimination, so and so forth. Still, there are many good people who are willing to help us. What we need now is that, okay, there is a problem.
Yeah.
It is not only Northeast problem. It is a problem globally for everyone. For all Indians are under lockdown now. So we have
Yes.
to bear it in that context, and we should not get panicky. And since government, already state government is already doing everything at their command.
Yeah. Now, from your experience during this particular lockdown, what is the message that you would like to give to the people of the Northeast as well as the state governments in the Northeast?
Look, my personal view is that, number one, the kind of migration that we are having in the cities is really mind-boggling. In future, not only pandemic or any problem, that is the root cause of our problem, I think, in the cities. Because, and this great, massive migration is unfortunately not at that economically viable migration. It is more or less at the lowest rank of the migration
Yes.
in the cities, either for a so-called after some short skill training. And what we find, even in this time, I forgot to mention at the time, non-payment of salary, retrenchment. And that is, again, another massive issue which we are likely to face in future. So what I would suggest, I can think of is that I think if Northeast can have a good road, good communications, a very good education system with a robust skill training, I think we can carry on, stop this massive human migration, internal human migration from our northeast. That is
I think that is a very important point that we have you have touched on, Mr. Robin Hibu, because most of those people who are out working for a very small salary, and the northeastern state government should create livelihood options for them within the region, so that unnecessarily they don't have to go out and face this kind of problems.
That's what it is always, we have been suggesting it in all forum, and even I was a member of the Base Barua committee for addressing the Northeast problem by the government of India. There we have elaborately, we have detailedly examined as a member of that committee also. So what we need now is that we have a donor ministry, we have NEC. I think we all can put our head together and focus on the very certain key issues which can actuate, which can galvanize, which is the backbone for the development. And for that, to me, as a personal view, is that road, communication, good education, and robust skill training. That's all. That is the only basic requirement now.
Right. Now, another thing that I would like to know from you, Mr. Robin Hibu, is that by the time these people come home after the lockdown, they will be absolutely broke. They will have no cash on them. Now, it will lead to a huge challenge for the state governments.
No doubt in that. That's what now, that it is a challenge not only for state government, it's a challenge for the whole country. And of course, this challenge, if every citizen, including our Northeast people, if we can follow the guide of the government, follow the guide of the whatever is for the either for going back home, for quarantine, or for isolations, or for that is the only key, because government alone cannot fight this what is called without cooperation of the public. And I want to tell to all our viewers, either you are a student or wherever stranded in city, or you are back home in the Northeast, we all have to chip in together, and you must listen to our Prime Minister say, keep yourself distance, maintain isolation. That is the only and only answer. I also convince and feel in that way.
Now, with only about 50 cases in a population of 45 million, there are only about initially 50 positive cases, COVID positive cases in a population of 45 million. Now, several of them have been released. Now, there could be hardly about 20 positive cases in the entire Northeast. Now, do you think we have a opportunity, we can create an opportunity out of this adversity, and we can perhaps promote the Northeast in a much aggressive manner now?
Yes, no doubt. I think there's a credit goes to the government for taking all steps, everybody chipping in for such a controlling this one, and I think really it's a commendable job. Yes, it is something learning point all of us, and even this rate is something minimal at the rate of our population. So this what we have achieved, we need to push it further so that we can obliterate this COVID-19 from our India forever and ever. And of course, apart from that, research and all those coordination and distress, ameliorative strategy to the reduction of that can also be improvised.
Absolutely, you are bang on there. Mr. Robin Hibu, thank you very much indeed for speaking to me on Talk Time, and wish you can continue with your good services in the days ahead. We see you all the best and stay safe.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Welcome.